Hello everyone, I am Nitin Rajput. In today's video, we will see how we can deploy a private 5G or 5G core on 5 different university sites with a single click. So I have made an Ansible script which was able to deploy 5G core 5G private on a server. So there are two scenarios to deploy it in 5 different university sites. So first way is by running an Ansible script for each different sites, and it will become a time consuming for us for deploying a 5G core on each server one by one. And the second way is by using AWX. So through AWX we can able to deploy our private 5G or 5G core on different university sites with a single click. So let me give a brief overview what we are doing with the help of diagram. So this is the AWX. It will run playbook.yaml and will responsible for deploying a 5G core on different university sites such as there is campus network 1, campus network 2, campus network 3, campus network 4, campus network 5, and when the AWX run the playbook.yaml, it will deploy a private 5G or you can say 5G core on our each campus network located at a different site. Let's move toward the demo how we can do this. So I have AWX dashboard. So you can see there is no host, no inventories, no projects there. So we first need to create a organization which you can see under access. So here we have to add an organization. I am giving this with the name Universities 5G Deploy and save it. Organization is created. You can see here Universities 5G Deploy. Now we have to create a project which will available under the resources. So here we have to add a project name. I am giving the project name as 5G private 5G. The organization is Universities 5G Deploy. If there is more than one organization, then you have to choose among them. So right now we have only one organization, so it automatically selects that organization. So let's move to another part. Source control type, we have to select Git, and after that we have to provide a Git repo through which our Ansible playbook will run. You can select update, revision or launch. So just save it. Wait for the status as successful. It is, yeah, you can see it is successful. So it was success, which means it was successfully synced with our GitHub repo, from where it will take the playbook.yaml file to deploy a 5G core or private 5G. Here there is no inventories, so let's just add inventory. We are giving the name as 5G inventory. Organization is on Universities 5G Deploy. Label, we are not giving label. Just save it. After saving the inventory, you can see there is host written here, which we have to click and add all the server IPs here. After creating the host, we have to create a credentials here. So I have already created the credential for our server. If you want to create a credential by your own, you simply have to click add give it the name as you want. Select the organization, credential type. So I have selected the machine here. uh, yeah, this is machine. So what you have to do, you have to provide the username and password according to your server and scroll down and save it. That's it. So I have already done, so I'm not going to do here. So after adding the credentials, we will add templates here, and after that we will launch that template to deploy our 5G core, or you can say private 5G, on our different servers. So here you have to add template name, you can give private 5G. Job type will remain run. Inventory we have to choose 5G inventory which we have created. Project will remain same, project 5G, private 5G. And you can see there is playbook.yaml. So what it does, it automatically fetches the playbook.yaml file from our GitHub repo which we have provided during the creation of an project. So select the playbook.yaml file, and yeah, now select the credentials of your server. So I have university server here, select it. Now simply save it. Now our template is created. Now we have to run this template, so simply you have this icon launch template, simply click on this and it will run all the tasks and deploy the private 5G core on our required server. It will take around 2 to 3 minutes to deploy our private 5G or 5G core on our 5 different university site. Now you can see our all tasks is run successfully. Now we have to access our private 5G, or you can say 5G core dashboard. So what was the next step? 5, we have used this command because the 5G core that we have deployed is on the remote server and we have to access the dashboard on our local. So we have run this command. So this we will able to access our dashboard on our local browser. So now we have to visit our localhost 3000. Let's see we were able to access the dashboard or not. So we are able to access it. So the default username will be admin and the password is 1423. So now we are inside our 5G core private 5G deployment dashboard. We have to add a subscriber here, and later on we will test our 5G core deployment with the 5G RAN and 5G UE simulator to check whether we are able to establish a connection between the G-Node B and the 5G core, and if we were able to create a PDU session for our 5G UE. So let us create a subscriber here. Now for that I have to provide a IMSI number. So I have already copied, I have to paste it here. So I have already copied the IMSI and need to paste here. So here it is, and the other setting will remain same. Now save it. So you can see new subscriber is created. So now our next task is to establish a connection between 5G RAN or G-Node B with our 5G core and check whether it will able to create a PDU session for our 5G UE simulator or not. So for that we have to SSH into our new server. So here we are using a UE ransom, which is a 5G RAN and 5G UE simulator. So there are some prerequisite, or you can say dependency, which we have to install. So these are all the dependencies which we have to install before building the our GNodeB and 5G UE. So let's quickly do these steps. Now we have done this part of installation of packages. Now we have to clone the UE Ransom code. Let me just clear the screen, paste it here. So we are under UE Ransom. Now what we have to do, we have to build the UE 5G UE and GNodeB. So for that I have to run make command here. It will take around 2 to 3 minutes to build. Now you can see we have successfully built the UE Ransom. So what does it mean? That it have successfully built our 5G RAN simulator and 5G UE simulator, which will later use to connect with our 5G core network, and later we will see whether it will able to create a video session for our UE or not. So now the next thing is to update our GNodeB, which will responsible for establishing a connection between our private 5G or 5G core network with GNodeB. And after that we have to update the 5G UE simulator so that we can see whether it will be able to create a video session for our subscriber that we have created on our private 5G or 5G core dashboard or not. So now we have to move under a folder named config. Here you can see there are different files, but we are working with Open5JS, so we are going to update these two files. So let me quickly go inside this file. First we need to update GNodeB. So here you have to update link IP, NGAP IP and GTP IP with the server IP on which you have deployed or you are trying to run UE Ransom. And after that you have AMF config address here. So we have deployed our private 5G core on 5 different university sites, and I am going to connect with one 5G core deployment. Now I am trying to connect the 5G core of one of them to our GNodeB. So here I have to provide the IP of one of our server here on which we have deployed our private 5G core. I have given this save and exit. Now another folder is 5G UE. So you only need to change the IP under the GNodeB search list. So here you need to provide the server IP on which you are running the UE Ransom or 5G RAN or UE. So I have given this, which will be same as the NGAP IP and GTP IP with in previous folder that we have mentioned during the GNodeB config. So save and exit it. So now let me just clear the screen. In this terminal we will run GNodeB, and in another terminal we will run 5G UE and see the different logs from there. So first we need to run our GNodeB. So for that we have to run the simple command. Let me just copy from here, straight here. So this is the command to run the GNodeB. So you can see we have successfully established the connection with one of our private 5G core network that we have deployed. So now we have connected to one of our private 5G core deployment that we have done. So now the connection is what does it mean is it establishes the connection between the 5G core private 5G with the G-Node B. Now we have to run the 5G UE and see whether it will able to create a PDU session for our subscriber that we have added into our Open 5GS, which is here, whether our private 5G is able to create a PDU session for this subscriber or not. So for that we have to run the command. So this is the command to run the 5G UE simulator. So enter it. So now you can see we have successfully created the PDU session for our subscriber. So far in this video we have seen that we have successfully deployed a 5G core or private 5G on the 5 different university sites, which you can see here, 5 hosts here, and after that we have access our 5G core private 5G dashboard and added a subscriber there. After that we have done some changes in the G-Node B and the 5G UE simulator, and after that we have run the G-Node B and see whether it will able to create a connection or establish a connection between one of our private 5G or 5G core deployment, and it has successfully created the connection. After that we have run our 5G UE simulator and check whether our subscriber PDU session is created or not. It has successfully created. Thank you for watching this video.